And we are live. Welcome everyone. This is your host Abraham L. Jaguar. I will do a sound check in a few moments. First of all, this channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have dice, miniatures, game master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. A moment please while I check the sound. Okay, sounds good. This time I am continuing the White Album visual novel. In the previous episode, I finished the game with Rina, but I was trying to finish the game with Yayoi, but I semi-accidentally got into the Rina route. So now I started the part where we have the choice of going after Rina, and I decided to let her go. So hopefully this will get us back into the Yayoi route. She vanishes from the edge of the yellow spotlight, her figure just barely visible in the darkness. Then even that shadow quietly disappears. My parted lips close once more. No use. There's no way I can go after her. She lives in a world that's even further away from me than Yuki's. The wall between us is too thick. It takes a great deal of courage to hug her, but it takes even more courage to let her go. As that excuse loops endlessly in my head, as I try to convince myself I made the right decision, I close my eyes. I hear the faint sound of the studio door closing. The curtain has fallen on this stage. How dramatic. The story between us officially over. We are back on track. Towards Yayoi. Now then, where should I go today? Okay, this gives us the clue that we are taking the correct route. So we are saving that over here. Choices are mana and... Oh, these guys, they are super boring. We are talking to mana. I kind of want to go out today. I head downtown. Fuji, yes, that voice. Hello, Mana. When she's feeling good, it's obvious. Kid, sometimes. What? Nothing. Good. At any rate, what should I talk to her about? Small talk. It's been really cold lately. Good lord. Why do you always keep your hands shoved deep inside your pockets? They always adding good lord and god, and they never said that in Japanese. Um, Before I can say anything, she's violently yanking my hand out of my pants pocket. Ow, 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 knock it off. That hurts, Mana. God, you see, that's not God. That mo is kind of ugh, like a sign of exasperation. She's still staring at me, clearly disgruntled about something. I can't stand it. Why is your shirt tucked in? My shirt? The violence continues as she grabs my shirt, yanking the hem out of the top of my jeans. Ow, 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 ow. Knock it off, Mana. That hurts. You're telling me that hurt? How could she say something like that? Now I'm cold. What kind of gentrified crap are you spouting now? If you're going for a more casual look, you should at least grunt shit up a bit. If she's want to talk, she's completely covered in her coat. I'd rather put my hands in my pockets than worry about grunging anything up. What? Nothing. I helped make you look a bit better, so the least you could do is act a little grateful. I guess. On our way back to her house, I stopped to buy Mana a coffee as a token of my appreciation. The way she drinks coffee is so adorable. I almost can't help but smile. The only way I managed to hold it in is by picturing her wrath if I didn't. Monday. Now then, where should I go today? Oh, the choices are so bad. The choices are terrible. Mizuki. If we have to choose from those two, Mizuki. I kind of want to go out today. I head downtown. Isaki or Mizuki? Isaki. Fuji. I turned at the sound of my name to see Misaki standing there, smiling softly. Hello. Hello to you too. I should have time for a quick chat. Entertainment. I've been helping out a lot more with talent and singing shows lately. And after watching enough of them, I'm starting to get a feeling for who's got it and who doesn't. Who's got what? Talent, of course. There's a stage presence that emanates from some people. It makes me wonder about what separates those with talent from those without. Have you ever thought about that kind of stuff, Misaki? The editing in this game. I guess it's similar to how certain actors naturally stand out in a stage performance. They feel distant, almost. I know what you mean. I've always felt like people like that are searching for something. I think it mostly has to do with their image sticking in your head. Take a look at those people, actors, singers, etc. that you always remember. They always have this distinctive look to them. Their clothes, could be their makeup. There is always something that makes them stand out. You know, like the typical made-up character in science fiction YouTube, in science fiction of Napoleon Bonaparte. He always had his hat and his hand, right? So it's those sorts of things. Searching? Like there's something far off in the distance only they can see. Something extraordinarily beautiful. And they're forever chasing after it, seeking it out. At least, that's the feeling I get. Yeah. It's hard to put into words, but I get what she's saying. I guess that's how it feels to express yourself, to act. What about you, Misaki? What about me? Have you ever felt that way before? I don't think I've ever felt that strongly about anything before. But when it comes to stage performances, I think I've felt something similar. Interesting. Oh, but only in the vaguest sense of the word. I'm sure I only imagined it. She hurriedly pipes up, denying her own feelings while laughing in embarrassment. I wonder which it could be. So she's too self-aware of her screenwriting. I wonder which it could be. I find myself laughing before I can stop myself, making me realize how much closer we've grown. Now then, where should I go today? Oh, more terrible choices. Those interactions are sometimes pretty boring. So we have Misaki again, with this guy that I simply cannot stand, and Yuki. Oh no, Yuki, no. Misaki again it is. You know you're in trouble when I'm going to school today, when the most exciting choice is Misaki. Fuji. I turned at the sound of my name to see Misaki standing there, smiling softly. Hello. Hello to you too. I should have time for a quick chat. Let's see. Small talk. I miss summer already. I decided to tease her a little. Late afternoons out on the balcony, watching contrails, eating melting ice cream. Hopefully those are the only trails that he's going to be watching. Science fiction YouTube. Eating melting ice cream. Mind fuzzy from the heat. Catching faint strains of music from next door. You really hate winter, huh, Fuji? Well, winter? Actually, I love it. I love winter. Well, do I really love it more than, let's say, autumn? I like winter. I actually like it. I love it. Huh? I love it. Then what was all that about missing summer already? I do miss it, but I love winter when it's not freezing. Without cold weather, it's not really winter though. Or it can be cold, but not freezing. I guess you're right. It's very different winter like here in Mexico when compared to Siberia or Alaska, right? What do you like about it then? About what? It's so dumb. Winter. Alright. I guess I like the idea of it. Something like that. I get what you're trying to say. What about you, Misaki? I love it too. Yeah, why is that? How can I explain? Feeling cold and sad in winter makes everything else warmer in comparison. Like the warmth and kindness we share feels even more so. Pretty weird, huh? Not at all, I get it. Including Misaki's kind personality. Though, to be honest, I prefer warmer weather. You can't choose both. And who's saying that? You can choose both, why not? You can love both fire and ice. Now then, where should I go today? Well, we're almost reaching the 27th. That's the day we are searching. Well, let me double check. 27th, Oh no, we'll have Yuki and... oh no. Yuki it is. I'm working at Echoes today. I head over to the cafe. Welcome. Thanks for helping out today, Toya. Oh, it's Yuki. Looks like you're still hard at work. Yeah, looks like you had a long day too. I'd really like to talk with her at least a little since she went out of her way to stop by. Hey, romance? Yuki. Huh? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. My mind overflows with everything I want to talk to her about. And that's what I end up saying? God. Frustrating. Again with the God. They don't say Buddha, nor God, nor Mohammed, nor this Allah. They don't mention any of those names in Japanese dialogue. But I'm doing okay. I'm really okay, I promise. Great. How have you been, Toya? Good? Huh? Never mind. Forget it. Sure. I wasn't actually pretending I hadn't heard her. But I'm not going to go out of my way to repeat my answer. Because it might come off as a jerk move. But I don't have anything to say. And that was my answer in itself. I still have work to do back at the studio like always. Yayoi shows up right on time. And the two quickly leave after having a quick bite to eat. It's 26, one day before the big day. Now then, where should I go today? More boring choices. So we have Misaki. No, Misaki again. Misaki it is. I'm going to school today. Fuji. I turned at the sound of my name to see Misaki standing there, smiling softly. Hello. Hello to you too. I should have time for a quick chat. Hobbies. Do you have any interest in clothing, Misaki? I don't really think about fashion or dressing up at all, actually. Oh yeah? Yeah. Pretty uncool, huh? No, not in the slightest. You're fashionable enough without putting effort into it. Do you think so? He seems anxious. So it is kind of a waste. What is... Sometimes I wish I could see you go for something more mature, all decked out in leather or enamel. Maybe that's going too far. So I guess it's too late to take it back. Fuji! Sorry. As I watch her sit there, clearly wanting to say something but unable to, I quickly interject with an apology. There's nothing to apologize for. About saying... Oh. Sometimes the Japanese are very weird. You don't need to apologize if you tell someone that perhaps they would look good in leather. She's so embarrassed that she almost forgot how to breathe. You're right, though. It seems like everything I own is some kind of denim. Maybe I should go shopping for some new clothes sometime. Oh, sounds like a good idea. But anything too out there, like leather, is out of the question. Hey, I like leather jackets. Come on. I was just joking. I don't take everything I say so seriously, Misaki. Don't take everything I say so seriously. Oh, today's the day. I have a tutoring session with Mana today. Now, where should I go? Wait a minute. So, perhaps the guide is incorrect, because the event should be on the 27th. Guess we'll have to go to Mana's house. I hope I don't get her ending. You never know. I have my tutoring job today. I kill some time before heading over to Mana's house. Ding dong. No one's coming. I wish she'd just answer the door if she's home. Maybe she's actually not here for once. Oh well, guess I'll head home. Telephone. Yes, this is Fuji speaking. Sorry for calling so late at night. This is Shinosuke calling from Ogata Production. Yayoi. Me, Toya. Sorry for calling out of the blue like this, but there's something I need to discuss with you. Doesn't sound sorry at all. It's about the music festival. Do you have time right now? This is the Yayoi event, so it does happen on the 27th. Oh, I do. I do. This is the event. We're getting the Yayoi ending. Sure, I can go out for a little bit. Thank you. I'm heading over to your place now, so I'll be there shortly. With that, she hangs up. What is she planning on telling me now? At the 11th hour. Oh, is she declaring her love? Yayoi. Probably. Coming. Yayoi ending. Yayoi ending. Sorry for bothering you so late at night. Like a vampire. Good evening. It's fine. I doubt she really cares about forcing me to put my life on hold for her. But I'm used to it. Come on in. Come on in. I step back, giving her space to walk past me. I'll have to decline this time. I'd prefer if we could talk in my car. What? Wait, what? Fine. Give me a sec. We're going out. I'll need a jacket. Of course. I throw my jacket over my shoulders and step out. My breath hangs incredibly white in bone-chilling air, resembling something entirely different from what it is. I casually glance over at Yayoi. Her thin lips are coated in a thick, white fog from her own breath. Seeing her body heat take shape in the air like that is bizarre. Especially since I've never felt any such heat from her. Is something wrong? Noticing my gaze, she turns to face me. There's not even a hint of warmth in her eyes. No. Seemingly satisfied, she falls silent once more and walks off. She opens the door for me to get into the passenger seat as usual before gliding out night, without a word, like always. Where are we going today? I haven't decided yet. Her eyes remain focused as usual on the night-shrouded cityscape before us. What did you want to discuss with me? I try to initiate conversation once more. Yuki must be in peak condition in preparation for her performance tomorrow. I'm aware. I don't need her telling me this now, the night before the show. As such, our agreement remains the same as it has been until now. I'd appreciate it if you didn't bother her any more than necessary. How many times do I have to tell you that I won't? I can't keep the self-deprecating bitterness out of my voice. I'm sorry, but to ensure you follow my directive, I'd appreciate it if you spend the night with me. How does that sound? Yeah, that's why she's doing this, right? Because it's purely professional. Not because she wants Toya. Why even bother asking? I have no intention of even pretending I have any sort of free will in this scenario. The black BMW drives down a lonely-looking road, having left the lights of the city behind long ago. This point in time is critical for her to her career, and I don't want you ruining this for her. It's not like you to jump to conclusions. How long have we been this way? Since when can I smile like this, sitting here in her passenger seat? Even if I wanted to see her tonight, I wouldn't be able to. For your information, I have no idea where she is right now. She opens her mouth to say something before shutting it firmly. The darkness outside my window is disheartening. Of course, I forgot. Forgot? Her use of that word is unsettling. Can Yayoi ever truly forget about anything? Especially regarding my relationship with Yuki. No, she must have been aware of that much. So she brought me out for another reason. But she won't tell me what that is. After some time, she slows down and stops. May I speak with you? Wow. Oh, let's save the game. That's a bit. Things are getting serious, really serious. She murmurs quietly while getting out of the car. I'm surprised that she is the one to broach this conversation. I've never been in love with anyone before. Before? Until I met Yuki, that is... Yayoi, are you a lesbian, Yayoi? You swing that way. Yeah? I mumble non-committally, feeling paralyzed. When I was a student, there was a man who cared about me a great deal. I knew it, there's the trauma. He was younger than me, but his feelings for me were more akin to admiration, love. Makes sense. Of course. The type of woman who almost seems to command admiration or even reverence. Anyone who falls for her will only get their heart broken. I acquiesced wishes for a date one time, and I slept with him that same night. As she talks, she begins quietly walking away. I didn't feel anything. Oh, Yayoi is very damaged. I hurry to catch up, walking one step behind her. He was my first, and yet I didn't feel anything, not even love, just somewhat cold. As he held me in his arms, all I could feel was the sorrow gradually swallowing him whole. That same sorrow is here tonight, the very air around us. Yayoi, there's something wrong with you, Yayoi. Need the spice of life. That was the last time I saw him. Her voice takes on the same self-deprecating edge that hinted mine earlier. Then, partly for the heck of it, I learned the art of sleeping with women. So that's why she behaves a bit masculine. That I don't really care what you think about that. I spent many intimate nights with these women, and yet I was never able to feel anything for them. Oof! I'm glad I got the Rina ending. Yayoi is not like this in the anime. This visual novel ruins Yayoi. And as I understand it, the older version of the visual novel, she's also not like this. Could be wrong, but anime Yayoi is the best. So in other words, the strange pleasure she's been giving me all this time is the kind usually reserved for women. I guess I was nothing more than an extension to the series of women she slept with. But I was fine with that. Fate is a cruel mistress, as they say. It's what led to my life's path crossing Yuki's. Yuki. She's a truly wonderful woman, overflowing with untapped potential, constantly searching out new opportunities while not losing sight of her own self. I felt as if simply by being with her, I could find the thing that was missing in myself. Yeah, that's the way Yuki is. That smile of hers is somehow always a painful reminder of everything I've lost. She falls quiet for a moment, silently circling her car. Eventually, she places a hand soundlessly on the hood. I love Yuki. What? She says quietly. They changed this. The anime Yayoi is great. Oh, this is the woke version of White Album. He says quietly yet clearly. It's a line I'm familiar with, but for some reason it sends a shiver up my spine. I've thought about sleeping with her so many times. My gender plays no part in how badly I want her. A feeling far different from disgust wells up from deep inside me. The teeth grind sickeningly together. Your hatred for me is growing, isn't it? For this version of Yayoi, yes. But my love for the Yayoi in the anime grows stronger and stronger with each passing second. It doesn't matter how I feel about her. It isn't hatred, and yet I don't deny it. She bows her head briefly before opening the car door. She turns her back on me, as if to tell me she wants to go. Back to that place I once knew, that person I once was, before everything went horribly wrong. I admit I was jealous of you, Fuji. Not because you were her boyfriend, but because of how much she needs you in her life. To be fair, I feel the same way about Yayoi. But now... Wait a minute. Jealous. Okay. Takes a deep breath before continuing. The way things are now, I'm not sure who exactly I'm jealous of anymore. So she's jealous of Yuki as well. Surprised, I look over at her, only to realize she's standing right in front of me. Yayoi? But before I can say anything, her lips are pressed against mine. So Yayoi switched back. The old switcheroo. It's a deep, almost desperate kiss. In love with Toya. The expression I saw on her face just a moment beforehand was twisted with emotion. The first feelings I've ever seen on her. The first hint of warmth.
やはり
I always knew it was a mistake to fall in
私
love
が
with
誰か
another
を好きに
person.
なってなどいけなかったのですね。
And then she kisses me again. So deeply that our lungs are filled with each other's breath. We tumble into the car through the open door with our lips still locked together. I quietly push the seat back down. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Yayoi on top of me leans down and presses her lips forcefully against mine. This Toya, I don't like this version of Toya. Just look at him, he looks like the girl. He's like the girl. The Toya in the anime is much more masculine. Her movements are cold and mechanical. As heartbreaking as ever. It's almost like she's trying to crush her budding emotions before they can bloom. I wrapped my arms around her body. This might be the first time I've done so, of my own free will. And in the anime, Toya is on top. And Yayoi, yeah, much better. Not that you can switch positions, of course, but every single time in this visual novel, Toya is under. Her body feels soft, smooth, and delicate, yet there's no warmth whatsoever. My hands run over her skin in search of it, but there isn't even a hint of heat anywhere. All I want in that moment is give her a taste of everything she's made me feel this whole time. And it also depends, right? Because, for example, if you're with someone that is very fragile, you're like a bulky guy, you don't want to crush the other person, right? She matches my movements with hers, especially if it's on the floor, or in the car, like in the bed, perhaps, right? But she matches my movements with hers, her moans of pleasure tinged with sadness. With our bodies pressed together, I can feel her heartbeat through her skin. Finally, Yayoi moans. Finally. I bury my face in her long hair, closing my eyes and nuzzling her flowing locks. There's no emotion, warmth, or scent. But for the first time, that complete detachment is comforting. By the time I notice the change in my body, her eyes are looking down at me like always.
よろしいでしょうか。
May I continue? At this point, you don't need to ask. Whatever. At this point, if you want, you can establish some safe words. I quickly guess that her request is for a different act than usual. My answer is not one of affirmation. It's not a definite yes, but I'm also not opposed in the slightest. She begins moving awkwardly, unfamiliar with the act, and I find myself slipping inside her for the first time. But still, even deep within her, there's no warmth. Well, sometimes if it's fresh, it also feels nice. It's about as depressing as I thought it would be. What do I want? Why do I want to find that part of her so badly? It ends up being nothing but painful punishment for her. And don't worry, it will eventually heat up. The emotion born from deep inside her cried out briefly before she choked the life out of it with her own 2 hands. I can see the pain in her eyes. She watches me. Tonight might be different from the others, one way. Yet it's still exactly the same. Yayoi.
はい。
Yes. She answers quietly between gasps for breath. You don't love me at all, right? I'm going to say no because That's her trauma. Yayoi thinks that everyone she loves in her life is going to disappear, so in order to keep Toya in her life, she's going to say no.
ええ
Correct. See? She gradually brings her face closer to mine.
何度も申し上げ
No
ました通
matter
り
how many times you ask me, Fuji,
私は
I have never loved you.
じいさんを
I've never loved anyone.
愛してはおりません。いえ、どなたをも私は
Oh, that's good as ASMR. We're saving that. ASMR. I like the whispers. But every time she says, I haven't loved you, it's I love you. I thought so. I say without bothering to wait for her to finish. As I do, I'm crying. Once again, shamelessly. Always crying. I'm sobbing. Man up, Toya. I can't even hide it from her.
悲しいの。
Does that make you sad? All I want to do is scream, and yet I can't. She leans in closer to me before kissing my eyes. I quickly realize she's sucking up my tears. Her tongue awkwardly laps at my eyes. Tears continuously course down my face, accompanied by dull pain, pressure, and unspeakable sadness. And yet Yayoi continues to suck them all up. The tears, right? Oddly enough, it's somehow comforting in its impulsiveness. I get it. It's because a part of me knows that no matter how hard I cry, she will be there to take away all my tears. No matter how hard it gets, or how sad I feel, she'll be there. This time, I hug her so tightly that it hurts. I don't need her love. I will never care for her. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. Everything's back to the way it once was. Just like we agreed. The deal we struck that started this whole thing. After a while, she slumps down on top of me. I can tell she's asleep by the sound of her breathing. She's like an old toy whose batteries finally died. That's a terrible analogy. I place her in the driver's seat before draping my jacket over her. I then proceed to clean up any traces of the deviant act that just took place. That wasn't deviant, come on. By the time I finish, the sun is starting to rise. Some people have so many twisted ideas about intimate moments, right? Yayoi eventually wakes up, wordlessly straightens her clothes, and starts the car back up. I get out of the car into the freezing cold pre-dawn air. She quietly gets out as well.
音楽祭ですわ
The music festival is today. The music festival is today. You're right. I'm sure Yuki will be okay.
え
Yeah. She chuckles softly.
私ももう
Speaking of which, I
行か
have
な
to
けれ
get
ばいけ
going.
ませんわ
What's your plan, Fuji? Huh? No one is allowed in aside from industry professionals, including family and close friends. So I can't support Yuki from the venue itself. I was planning on cheering her on from home. That's all I can say. Because that's all I can do.
そうですか
Oh yeah?
それでは
In that case, I'll come by later
夕
tonight.
方頃に
pick you
もう
up.
一度
Huh?
音楽祭終了後
I
に
thought you would want to see Yuki once they finish
私が
recording.
ユキさんに藤井さんに
I would appreciate it if you could
ユ
spend
キさ
time
んに
with her
優しい言葉
Be
を
sweet
差し
to
上
her.
げていただきたいのですそして場合に
and maybe throw in a congrats or two. Yayoi. He really does love Yuki. Okay, you'd better remember to come get me then. Don't forget. I say, forcing a smile to my lips.
ええ
Of course,
必ず
I won't forget. She walks around to the driver's side door.
これで
This is the end, I guess. Yeah. I nod in response and she slips behind the wheel. She drives off, leaving me with her usual blank, emotionless stare. She looks oddly small in that big black car. I notice the light blinking repeatedly on my answering machine in the hazy morning glow. Who called? I push the play button. Beep.
トウヤくんですか？
Oh yeah, it's me,
私で
Yuki.
す。
Calling you
ユ
from
キ
my
です。
apartment.
明日の音楽
I'm
祭
going
で
to
は
give it my all at the
一
music
生懸命
festival
頑張るか
tomorrow,
ら
so I
応
hope you'll
援
be
してて
cheering me
ね。
on.
トウヤくんと少
I
し
was
だけ
really
話
hoping we
した
could
かっ
talk
た
a
の。
little, but it's fine.
でも
I don't need you
大
to
丈夫
cuddle me.
大丈夫
I'll be
頑張
fine.
れるから
I'll do my best.
これが終わったら
I'll have a lot more free time
少
once
し
this
だ
is
け
over.
時間ができる
Maybe
から
then we can actually spend
そ
some
した
time
ら
together.
二人でゆっくりと会おうね
Well, let's save the game because I have a schedule to keep. So I'll have to finish this game tomorrow, probably. This is like the last part of the Joy route. Thank you for watching this live stream. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Like, subscribe, take a look at the information in the pinned comment. I've been your host Abraham L. Jaguar, and remember, level up in game and level up in life. In about 20 minutes or less, I'm going to be streaming Virtua Fighter 5 Revo ranked matches. Once again, thank you and see you later.